This is Karen Ply, and today we're going to go over Lesson Plan Section 4, 5, and 6 for Business Technology, grades 7th and 8th. So to get started, we're going to go over the activities section. What activities have I planned for this lesson? They include instruction, introduction, and modeling. I will introduce this lesson by showing video clips from YouTube on news broadcasts. I will also show clips from YouTube on proper keyboarding techniques. There's lots of fundamental clips out there on exactly how to place your fingers and things like that. I will use those as visuals for the students so that they can properly understand what we're going to be doing for our research project. I will model this project for the students by using the Elmo projector. I'll do some internet research on the different types of jobs within the journalism field, as well as discuss these with the class while I'm doing this. I will be demonstrating proper keyboarding techniques as I'm using Google and YouTube for my instruction and my introduction. This will display to the students how to use the proper techniques I will be modeling. We'll move to guided practice after that. I'll place the students in pairs to begin their project. I will randomly pick these pairs out of a cup with names in it. That seems to be the best way to me. In the real world, you don't get to pick your pairs that you work with in a real job situation. I think it's important for students to learn how to engage with your peers at a young age. The students will be attempting to use proper keyboarding techniques while they're doing their research. As I walk around the room, I will assess student progress and I will guide them if they're having difficulty with the research or the proper keyboarding techniques. Once guided practice is complete, I will move into independent practice. I will have the students move to their stations and practice independently just for a brief time so that I can assess that they understand what I'm asking them to do and they're not just mimicking what their peers are doing and copying the research and the techniques that their peers are doing. If the independent practice goes well and the students properly understand, I will return them to their groups, to their pairs, and we will complete our projects. For closing, I will ask a local newspaper employee to come and speak with my class about their daily roles and their duties in their job. The students will also have an opportunity to ask any questions they may have about this employee's career. Afterwards, I will summarize our entire lesson by reminding students of our proper keyboarding techniques as well as how we investigated different careers within the journalism field. Okay, the next section is section 5, which is the materials section. For this lesson, I will need computers for my students to do research, flash drives for them to save their progress. Computers and flash drives will also be used to create, edit, and view their presentations. The Elmo projector we'll use for class discussion and instruction as well as when students give their presentations. Expo markers obviously will be used for instruction and discussion methods. Magazines, newspapers, and internet, we will use these to investigate different journalism careers as well as styles. Okay, the next section is section 6, the evaluation section. How and when do I plan to evaluate students' learning on the content of this lesson? I will be using formative assessment during the entire course of my lesson and upon completion of their presentation and their projects. The students will be giving a short presentation probably 1 to 2 minutes long, over the journalism field. What they have researched and investigated is what I want to hear about. They'll be graded on their detail and their presentation. I will also be evaluating their keyboarding techniques by watching them demonstrate the proper keyboarding techniques while giving their presentation. The grades on techniques will be graded on displaying these techniques with no guidance from me. I've chosen this evaluation approach because it allows me to assess the student's comprehension of the learning objectives that we've set out in this lesson plan. At the end of my lesson, I will be able to evaluate my students' ability to investigate careers within a journalism field, as well as demonstrate proper keyboarding techniques with little or no guidance from me.